Chapter 20, Whispers and Warnings. As campus started to fill up on move-in day, a wave of whispers began to infiltrate my carefully constructed world, insidious and venomous. At first they were faint, almost imperceptible, like the rustling of leaves before a storm. But they grew louder, more persistent, a constant hum of disapproval that followed me like a shadow. "Did you see her with Polo Reyes at the barbecue, that artist girl? She's just using him for his money, obviously. A gold digger. He's probably funding her little art projects. What a fool. He's just slumming it. It's probably some kind of twisted bet. He'll get bored soon. They always do." The words, sharp as shards of glass, pierced my carefully constructed armor of indifference. I tried to ignore them, to dismiss them as the petty jealousy of sorority girls, and the entitled scorn of trust fund babies. But they burrowed deep, festering like splinters beneath my skin. A gnawing insecurity took root, whispering doubts about my worth, my place in Polo's world. Was I good enough for him? Did he truly see me, or was I just a novelty, a temporary distraction from his privileged life? Zeph, predictably, was the worst. His expulsion from Phi Delta Gamma seemed to have amplified his bitterness, his obsession with me morphing into a twisted campaign of harassment. He materialized everywhere I went, his presence a suffocating reminder of the night had tried to force himself on me, the night Polo had intervened. He'd corner me in the library, his eyes lingering on my body with a predatory hunger that made my skin crawl. He'd accidentally bump into me on the quad, his touch a violation, his smirk a venomous challenge. He even started appearing at the botanical gardens, his gaze laser-focused on me, a constant, unsettling reminder of his twisted desire. One afternoon, even the sanctuary of the greenhouse offered no escape. I was repotting seedlings, the scent of damp earth and growing things usually a balm to my soul. But the peace was shattered by the crunch of footsteps on the gravel path. I didn't need to look up to know who it was. Zeph stood silhouetted in the doorway, the sunlight framing him like a dark angel. Well, he drawled, his voice thick with sarcasm. "Look what we have here. The little flower nymph playing in the dirt." I ignored him, my hands moving mechanically, refusing to acknowledge his presence. "You know," he continued, his voice a low, insinuating purr, "Polo's really slumming it with you. He's used to a different class of girl. Girls who know their place." My fingers tightened around the trowel, my knuckles white. Anger, hot and fierce, battled with the sickening fear that his words might be true. "Go away, Zeph," I said, my voice strained. "I'm not interested in what you have to say." He laughed, a harsh grating sound. "Oh, I think you are, little nymph. You're just playing hard to get. Trying to reel him in, aren't you, hoping to snag yourself a rich husband?" "That's not true," I retorted, my voice trembling despite my efforts to remain calm. He stepped closer, invading my space, his eyes glittering with malice. "Isn't it? You really think he cares about you? About your art?" He spat the word like a curse. "He's using you too, Daphne. Using you to rebel against his daddy, to play the noble savage for a while. And then he'll discard you. Like he does with all the others." His words struck a nerve, echoing the insidious whispers that had been plaguing me. A wave of nausea washed over me, leaving me feeling exposed and vulnerable. "Get out," I said, my voice low and dangerous. "Get out of my greenhouse. Now." He smirked, unfazed. "Just trying to help you, sweetheart. Trying to save you from getting your heart broken. You're playing in a different league, Daphne. You don't belong in his world." He sauntered away, leaving a trail of poison in his wake. I stood trembling, the greenhouse suddenly feeling like a cage, the scent of earth and growing things suffocating. That evening, Riv found me curled up on the floor of my studio, tears tracing paths through the paint splattered on my cheeks. "Daph," Riv's voice was soft, filled with concern. "What happened?" I recounted the encounter with Zeph, his cruel words twisting like knives in my gut. Riv listened, her anger growing with each venomous phrase. "That bastard," she growled. "He's just jealous. Jealous of you, jealous of Polo. He's trying to poison everything." "But what if he's right?" I whispered, my voice thick with despair. "What if Polo is just using me?" Riv knelt beside me, their hand warm and reassuring on my arm. "Don't listen to him, Daph. He's lying. I've seen the way Polo looks at you. He's not faking it. He's head over heels. But, no buts, Riv interrupted firmly. You deserve to be happy. You deserve someone who sees you, who respects you, who loves you. And maybe, just maybe, that's Polo. Don't let Zeph ruin this for you. Riv's words offered a lifeline, a flicker of hope in the encroaching darkness. But the doubts lingered, fueled by Zeph's poison and the relentless whispers that echoed through the halls of Kingsbridge. I threw myself into my work, seeking solace in the familiar rhythm of creation. But Polo was a constant presence in my thoughts, his image haunting my dreams. I saw him occasionally, fleeting glimpses across the crowded quad, a shared smile, a silent question in his eyes. But the chasm between us remained, a gaping wound that neither seemed able to bridge. I watched him from afar, the golden boy of Phi Delta Gamma, surrounded by his brothers, his smile bright, his confidence unwavering. And the doubts returned, whispering insidious lies. He's playing a role. This is all a game to him. You're just a pawn. As I watched on from the sidelines at the Meet the Greeks barbecue, I felt a strange sense of emptiness. I had survived, but at what cost? I had pushed Polo away, retreated behind my walls, my heart a fortress guarded by fear and insecurity. But in doing so, I had also pushed away the possibility of something real, something beautiful, something that might just be love. My eyes met Polo's across the crowded quad, and a wave of conflicting emotions washed over me. Longing, fear, uncertainty, but also a flicker of defiance. I wouldn't let the whispers win. I wouldn't let Zeph's poison destroy me. I thought of my unfinished sculpture, the cold metal mirroring my own emotional paralysis. I knew I was at a crossroads. I could continue to hide, to run, to protect myself from the potential pain of heartbreak. I could not show up to the gala. Or I could take a chance, a leap of faith, and embrace the vulnerability, the uncertainty, the terrifying beauty of possibility. The choice, I realized, was mine. And in that moment, a spark of defiance ignited within me. I would not let the whispers, the doubts, or Zeph's poison dictate my life. I would choose my own path, my own destiny. And if that meant facing my fears, confronting my feelings, and risking my heart, then so be it.